Reacher replaced Bosch as Amazon's flagship action hero, but I think Alan Ritchson is quietly losing that title to someone new. Alan Ritchson's Reacher replaced Bosch as Prime Video's action hero. Jensen Ackles' Mark Meacham is poised to dethrone Reacher with Countdown. Jensen Ackles will headline in more than one Prime Video series. Over the past 10 years or so, Prime Video has produced some great action series. One could argue that the success of Bosch started it all. Taking the beloved literary hero from Michael Connelly's Harry Bosch series of procedural crime novels, Bosch brought in fans of the books and appealed to new audiences who wanted a fresh take on the familiar tropes of crime shows, offering audiences a relatable and reliable story into which they can easily escape. After the success of Bosch, Prime Video got Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan a few years later. In 2022, The Terminal List and Reacher dropped their first seasons. Reacher was an instant success, becoming one of Prime Video's most-watched shows ever and a cornerstone of their programming. Recently, a new action hero has been winning over audiences. Countdown's Mark Meacham, played by Jensen Ackles, is a maverick detective with the LAPD in Prime Video's newest action drama. Alan Ritchson's Reacher replaced Bosch as Prime Video's action hero. Bosch paved the way for more literary action heroes. Reacher brings to life Lee Child's action hero, Jack Reacher. Alan Ritchson stars as the former military cop turned drifter. The first season starts as the first novel in the series does, when Jack Reacher wanders into the town of Margrave, Georgia, and is promptly arrested for murder. Reacher reimagines the literary character for the screen but stays true to the essence of the novels, with their clever plot twists and dry humor. Ritchson quickly won audiences over with his physically imposing stature, deadpan wit, and thrilling action sequences. Fans of Lee Child's books were notably unhappy when Tom Cruise played the beloved character, being almost a foot shorter than the Jack Reacher described in the books. Casting Ritchson gave viewers a more faithful version of the character. The 6'3" actor gives an understated and compelling performance as the socially awkward nomad. After getting arrested and attacked in prison, Reacher decides to stick around in Malgrave and investigate the murder of which he was accused. Reacher is a man of few words but pulls audiences in with his innate magnetism. Every episode delivers exciting action beats interwoven into a complex and engaging story. Like Bosch, Reacher is like an 80s action hero in a modern setting. They play by their own set of rules, driven by a deep desire for justice in a corrupt world. Bosch was an LAPD detective, and while Reacher works with the police, he is no longer in law enforcement and doesn't worry about the red tape to deliver justice. Season 2 of Reacher opens with him waiting at an ATM to get some cash to pay for his newly acquired thrift store clothes. Reacher's uncanny powers of observation lead him to quickly deduce that the woman in front of him is under duress. Reacher subtly takes in their surroundings and spots a suspiciously parked SUV. He tells the woman he can help her and then proceeds to beat up the armed man who is threatening the woman's child, forcing her to withdraw hundreds of dollars in cash. In true Reacher fashion, he has no desire to get involved and leaves before the cops show up. Reacher's star perfectly summed up what draws audiences to the show and the characters when he spoke with AP, saying, "He really brings to life in us the desire that we all have to see justice done in a world that is so unjust, in a world where law is so cumbersome and clumsy and slow, and he's instant righteousness." I think we're fascinated by that. There's a lot of wish fulfillment in that for us, at least for me. As reality becomes more dystopian, viewers are happy to escape into a world where the heroes are capable and honorable, taking down the corrupt villains. While the first season of Reacher delved into his family's past, the second season shows viewers more about his history with the military police. The season opens with the death of one of his former team members from the 110th Special Investigations Unit. Together with the remaining members of his unit, Reacher investigates the murders. The team dynamic of the season helped create an exceptional follow-up to the wildfire success of its first. The third season sees Reacher undercover, racing against the clock to rescue an undercover DEA informant while dealing with some unfinished business from his past. With the team dynamic of the second season and Reacher working undercover in the third, it's easy to see why people are drawing comparisons between Reacher and one of Prime Video's newest hit action series, Countdown. Jensen Ackles' Mark Meacham is poised to dethrone Reacher with Countdown. Jensen Ackles is carrying Countdown on his shoulders and keeping viewers coming back for more. Countdown premiered on June 25th on Prime Video, quickly climbing up the charts to become the streamer's #1 show. Supernatural's Jensen Ackles stars as LAPD detective Mark Meacham. With an impending attack on Los Angeles, Meacham is assigned to an FBI task force to investigate the threat and stop the Belarusian terrorist from unleashing Chernobyl-level devastation on the City of Angels. Halfway through its first season, Countdown consistently delivers fast-paced action, character-driven narratives, and fun team chemistry reminiscent of 80s action films like Die Hard and Lethal Weapon. Jensen Ackles' charisma, roguish charm, and layered performance are the real draw for the show. Meacham is determined to do something meaningful with the time he is left after being diagnosed with a terminal brain tumor. Meacham hides his diagnosis from the rest of the team, but the most recent episode of the series saw Meacham confiding in Oliveris about his migraines. He has yet to tell anyone about his tumor, but as he and Oliveris grow closer, he starts to open up to her. The chemistry between the members of Team Hurricane is electric, with the best scenes being the ones where the whole team is in the field together. As the task force grows closer every week, Countdown only gets better. In A Needle or a Bullet, Oliveris begins to pick up on Meacham's reckless behavior. While the entire team is made up of detectives and agents who aren't afraid to take risks, Meacham is a bit more rash than everyone else. From when he went undercover in Happy Birthday Final, without an extraction plan, to when he didn't hesitate to volunteer to check out a trailer that was likely booby-trapped, Meacham figures if someone's going to die, it might as well be him. When Meacham climbed on top of a moving trailer and jumped into the suspect's truck bed, Oliveris noticed, and she confronted Meacham about his death wish, telling him to take care of himself and that she needed him. Despite being panned by critics, Countdown continues to bring in viewers who rate it significantly better than the critics did. All the Prime Video action series follow a similar set of rules and structures, but find their own way to put a new and unique perspective on them. Countdown collects a group of renegade cops who don't always play by the rules to get the job done, employing tactics that could come straight out of a heist movie, like in Dead Lots of Times, when the team enacts Plan B to get a truck of drugs in the U.S., which involves getting Meacham arrested as a distraction for Finau to sail through the border check. With the success of Countdown and its fun and energetic tone, set against the backdrop of Los Angeles, the show is making a big splash. If it continues to top the charts and brings in viewers every week, Jensen Ackles might just dethrone Alan Ritchson as Prime Video's flagship action hero. Jensen Ackles will headline in more than one Prime Video series. Ackles will reprise his role as Soldier Boy in a prequel series for The Boys. With decades of experience under his belt, Jensen Ackles has proven himself as a fan-favorite leading man. In addition to starring in Countdown, Ackles will also be headlining another Prime Video series, Vought Rising. The Boys prequel series will depict the origins of Soldier Boy and the Vought Corporation. The series is described as a lurid, pulp saga prequel set in New York City at the dawn of the 1950s about the humble yet diabolical beginnings of the Vought Corporation. When Ackles appeared in Michigan for Creation Entertainment's The Road So Far convention, he spoke about the Boys spin-off, teasing that it would look at the Vought world through a different lens, cause this is the genesis of it all. Ackles elaborated on how Vought Rising will have a different Soldier Boy than what audiences have seen on The Boys, calling it the coming-of-age story for Soldier Boy. Ackles pointed to a hidden vulnerability in the character that he masks with a gruff exterior, saying that the prequel will involve peeling that away, so you're going to get to see a little bit more vulnerability, I think, from him. The first 3 seasons of Reacher are currently streaming, and new episodes of Countdown drop every Wednesday on Prime Video. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button for more update news.